Their crusade for answers. It was the truth that connected two women. The detective who took on a quest, and the friend who never forgot.
Helene needed to be heard. She needed people to know what happened to her, so she's not alone anymore.
That's all for now. I'm Lester Holt. Thanks for joining us.
NBC4 News at 11 starts with breaking news.
That breaking news tonight, an 11th hour spending deal signed by President Biden. Tonight, a government shutdown averted within an hour of the East Coast midnight deadline. Last night at 11, we told you there was no sign of a deal and that the shutdown seemed imminent.
But today, the pressure produced results. NBC4's Kristen Kazaris has been following the story all day. He joins us now from our News Operations Center with some details of the deal. Christian.
That's right. November 17th is when this bill expires, but lawmakers say they are hopeful a bipartisan deal can be reached to avoid this situation from happening again.
The bill is passed.
Within 24 hours of a looming government shutdown, both the House and the Senate passing a bill that would give them more time. President Biden posting this image on social media, signing the bill.
It's been a day full of twists and turns, but the American people can breathe a sigh of relief. There will be no government shutdown.
The bipartisan majority vote, mainly getting Democratic support, comes after House Speaker Kevin McCarthy failed to get a previous bill passed. From the Border Patrol to the Coast Guard, food inspector, and to the nation's airports, lawmakers reiterating to the American public that their needs were priority.
We said from the beginning that we were going to protect Social Security, protect Medicare, protect Medicaid.
The surprise deal also includes disaster relief funding, but it does not include new aid for Ukraine.
If we're worried about Ukraine's border, we should worry about America's border too.
The bill didn't come with a clean sweep. Democratic Congressman Jamal Bowman seen here pulling a fire alarm before the House vote. He is now under investigation. Failure of this temporary bill would mean an economic impact for millions of Americans, as a shutdown would pause everyday services, including roughly 50,000 TSA officers who ensure planes are safe to fly.
Takeoff 4 left, Delta 204.
And more than 10,000 air traffic controllers who are already understaffed.
You can always count on Americans to do what's right after they exhausted every other option.
And again, President Biden did sign that bill late this evening. Now, we know the bill was passed without adding spending cuts or new border security policies. But again, this is temporary because the next deadline Congress is facing is in 45 days. Christian Casares, NBC4 News.
Christian, thank you. New at 11, Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed a bill tonight that would have required the state to pay striking workers unemployment. The governor says he rejected the bill because the fund the state uses to pay unemployment benefits will already be nearly $20 billion in debt by the end of the year. The veto comes as actors with SAG-AFTRA and hotel industry workers continue their strikes for better pay and working conditions. Actors
The death of Kelly, the journey, her trailblazing career shows us she was welcome home.
Late Senator Dianne Feinstein to Visadero at Sinai Memorial Chapel, where her body was brought earlier today after a procession filled with San Francisco dignitaries and her loved ones. The jet carrying the body of late Senator Dianne Feinstein touched down as the sun set at San Francisco International Airport. Also on board were the senator's daughter, Catherine Feinstein, and fellow San Franciscan and longtime friend, House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi. Upon arrival, they were greeted by a small group of leaders, including San Francisco Mayor London Breed. Military service members carried the senator's flag-draped casket in lockstep to a hearse. A procession escorted the senator to the city where she was born and the city where she was the first woman to serve as mayor. Her casket was taken to the Sinai Memorial Chapel, a Jewish funeral home.
A San Francisco legend. Hats off.
It is pretty historic.